What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Bernicia. Welcome back to my channel. All right, I see that I got quite a few new subscribers. Welcome to you all. Welcome to the family. You guys make sure that you hit your notification bell so that you know when I drop a new video. And also, feel free to jump in the comment section and pop your ish. Okay, I do respond to comments if you guys make it make sense. Okay, all that crazy shit, no, but if you make it make sense, I do respond to your comments. Also, someone who happens to follow me on Facebook as well as YouTube, she jumped into my inbox and she asked me to post information of how you guys can contact me and reach me in other places. So I will be, I have to create a new email, okay? So once I get out of that situated, I will post that information so that you guys can feel free to DM me and talk about, tell me what subjects you want me to talk about, give me the tea, okay? So it's easier to talk, you know what I'm saying, one-on-one basis. But with that being said, folks, okay, I have a few topics I want to talk about today. Now, some of this stuff is a bit old or last weekish, okay? But since I am deleting a lot of, trying to clear up space in my phone, I do want to go ahead and get my thoughts out about these situations, okay? So first up, I want to talk about Chrisean and her new boo. Huh, he's my boo thing. No matter what, I love your touch. Let's turn it up. You do what you want because you're my boo thing. Okay, so Chrisean got a new boo. His name is Titan Newton. He's a basketball player. He's 23 years old. He's 6'1", and he looks like a Blasian. Okay, I'm not sure if he's Blasian or not, like Asian and black, I'm not sure, but he definitely looks young as hell. I actually thought it was a stud at first. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, well, Chrisean's switching teams. Blueface always drive the girls to the bitches. I'm just saying. Like, look at Jada DeLacy. She don't want the bitches too because of Blueface. I'm just saying. Okay, but anyway, let's take a look at this cute little video that they posted or whatever. Woo to woo. I seen, people have been talking about this, okay? I'll be watching the blogs, I'll be watching the comments and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Because I be wanting to know other people's thoughts about the situation too. Now, one thing that stood out in particular to me as far as Chrisean and her new boo Titan, okay? People seem to think that he's a bit of a clout chaser, okay? It seems like he loves talking to the rap girlies. I'm not sure who else he's dated before. I didn't get too much into it. But my whole thing is, if he's a bit of a clout chaser, then him and Chrisean is two peas in a pie, okay? Because, listen here. Wasn't just like yesterday she was sitting up here talking about her and Blueface was married and she's giving her life to God. Well, the way that she was sucking on that man's face, that looked like they was getting ready to commit a whole lot of sin, okay, baby? And as far as I'm concerned, him being a clout chaser is no threat to Chrisean, okay? She's the biggest clout chaser, okay? If anything, he needs to watch out for her, because you remember what happened to the last little boy toy that she had, okay? What was his name? K Suave? Was it K Suave? She was fucking with some dude that she came out with, and you know what I'm saying, they was messing around, da-da-da-da-da. Well, apparently Blueface came, when Blueface got in contact with her, Blueface made her shut all that shit down, put that bitch back in the house, made her go back to church and all. Okay, so this boy right here, he might think he doing something, but as soon as Blueface get out that jail, you best believe Chrisean for to chase that nigga, okay? She's gonna leave Titan where the fuck she found Titan, okay? So all I can say is, boo, have fun. The fact that she even parading this boy around, more than likely is to piss off Blueface, okay? It's not because she cares so much and she's so happy. She's just trying to piss off Blueface. But in case I'm wrong and she is really happy, congratulations, Chrisean. He is a very cute, pubescent looking boy, but he's very cute nonetheless, okay? Oh, yeah, and I guess I could say just don't get no more tattoos, especially not of this nigga, okay? All right, moving on. Next subject. Natalie. Look like we sticking to the Zeus girls today. Okay, so Natalie was caught in a club recently telling the DJ to turn off Diamond the Body's music. Let's take a look at this little video that I found, and I'll come back in.
I told, no, but now she's not here. Now she's not here. And then, you want your music to we about to play some other shit. Do you want me to play your shit?
Diamond, you wanna leave?
you gonna turn up? Like the same way that
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. When I first ran across the clip in my phone, because like I said, y'all, this whole video in its entirety is a bunch of shit that I had saved and bookmarked and clipped and shit and left it in my phone. But now I seriously need to clean my phone out. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta enjoy it. And bitch, that motherfucker get 2 packs of memory, it goes to acting wonky. Okay, so I went to clearing out my phone, right? And at first I was like, damn, why I say this? Why I say this? But then I had to listen to the video again. I said, oh fucking hell nah. I know she is not telling the DJ to turn off Diamond's song when she sat up there and went the fuck off on Biggie because she played Stunner Girl song and Biggie wasn't having it. Now what kind of fuck shit is this? How you gonna say it's not personal, it's just business, but you gonna tell the DJ to turn off Diamond's song? That's some hating ass.
When the wind blow, you blow this way, then you blow that way. Girl, bye.
Shit. That is some hating ass shit. She just sat there and read Biggie for filth because Stunner Girl, if y'all don't know, which y'all should already fucking know. If you follow my channel, you already know the deets and details, okay? But since it's a lot of y'all new motherfuckers that like to come through, let me just tell y'all. Stunner Girl came out and exposed Zeus and Natalie, okay? Talked about Natalie. Side niggas, her baby, her husband, well, her baby daddy husband, whoever, Jason, her husband, okay? Talked about this girl whole lifestyle. You feel me? Just and dog Zeus out, right? So it was already amazing enough that they brought this bitch back to the network. But that's a whole nother thing. This situation that happened with Natalie and Biggie took place during this past season, Baddies Midwest, okay? Homegirl started playing Stunner Girl song in the club. Mind you, Biggie and Stunner Girl got this beef too, right? But Biggie was baffled and confused as to why Natalie would play this bitch music after all of the terrorizing and all the shit that this girl was talking about. Natalie and everybody else, right? So why would you play her music? You feel me? This bitch really went there. And you're playing her music. Okay? Now fast forward to this current situation with Natalie telling the DJ to turn off DTB music. It just don't make no fucking sense to me. Cause like, bitch, hold up. DTB snuck you. Literally. But that was light work compared to the shit that Stunner Girl did. Stunner Girl aired your ass the complete fuck out, and you were way more forgiving. Actually, it's a lot of bitches on the show who have done worse to you. Shit, Rolly slung your ass up around like a fucking rag doll not too long ago, but you found it in your heart to forgive Rolly, but you somehow can't fucking forgive DTB for slapping you. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. Okay? It's diabolical, hypocritical at most. Okay? But I'm gonna tell you, Natalie most definitely feels threatened by DTB. And if she don't, then she should. Because at the end of the day, people love DTB a lot more than they like Natalie, okay? It's crazy because you can't even get that bitch kicked off your own show because Lenny and the production know that DTB is, her fan base is a big part of their viewership. People love DTB. So before that reason, you can't get rid of her. She's like a staple. She's beginning to be a staple. Okay? And the fact that she has more hype than Natalie, after all these years of being on TV, you let this bitch just come in and just fucking take over your spotlight, huh? And when she do fucked up shit, people glorify it. People do not chastise or critique DTB the way that they do Natalie. And DTB do some wild ass shit. I'm not gonna lie. But me personally, I can see why. I like DTB more than Natalie. She's just simply more likable. Okay? I don't know, bitch, but Natalie, you are a hypocrite. Okay? Let me just say that. Your long chin face having ass is a hypocrite. Okay? But side note, Natalie's been looking good lately though. I can't even hate on that. That bitch been looking like a Barbie. Like she don't slim trim down. But like I told y'all, be careful with that weight loss supplements and all that shit people be taking. Cause listen, the shit haven't even been out long enough for us to know what the fuck the real after effects is going to be. I don't want to see a motherfucking commercial 10 years from now say, have you taken Ozempic and it caused cancer, renal failure, kidney disease, neurological disease, make you eat people. Please call this number for 1-800 class action lawsuit. I do not want to see one of those fucking commercials. So Natalie, if you really is on Ozempic, girl, be careful. Be careful. All right, moving on to my final subject. All right, Tommie Lee. Okay, so I'm sure that most of you guys at this point have seen the clips on the internet about Tommie getting into it with this lady that is known as Grandma, Granny on 20 versus 1. Okay, so when I seen the clip, I just decided to go and watch the whole episode in its entirety. Okay, because I had to understand how do we get to that point. Now, before I go into the episode and my thoughts about what happened, let me just mention the fact that this lady, um, she's been making appearances lately. We've seen her on the Baddies, auditioning for Baddies. We also seen her in front of Jocelyn when Jocelyn did the 20 V.1. So she's kind of like making her way around. From what we know so far, this lady, she's not actually old. Well, she's an older woman, but she's not old like she's portraying. But it is a woman, okay? And this is just her gimmick, okay? So I've seen her before, like I said, at the auditions. Most recently, the Baddies Africa auditions, and as far as I'm concerned, this lady is very interesting, to say the least. She's funny. She's funny. And also, I watched her again when Jocelyn did the 20 V.1. She came up in front of Jocelyn and she busted the split and all of that. You know, she was really she has good energy. Okay, I've never gotten a bad vibe from this lady. She's a little strange, but I've never, I like her for the most part. A lot of people seem to like her. Okay, so now we get to Tommie and this 20 V.1. Now I watched the entire episode. Okay, so it confuses me just as much as it confused Granny how we got to that point. Okay, so initially Tommie started off really well, really well. Like she was getting along with everybody, sending everybody to the left. Now if you send people to the left or whatever or however it go, I think if you send it to the left they stay. If you send them to the right they go. However the case is, she was passing most of the people, being really nice and friendly and personable, a way that we know that Tommie can be. She's capable of being, okay? But then it gets to the point when they get to like the round two where we start seeing a different version of Tommie. Now, before this lady came in front of her, her energy had already somewhat shifted. Okay, I don't know if she had too many drinks. I don't know what the case is, but she started off with some guy. She was telling the dude to pull down his pants, telling him that his dick looked small, and then she kind of started being a little bit more insulting towards people as they were coming up. But when this lady got in front of her, when Granny got in front of her, needless to say, Tommie was initially very excited to see her. Okay, I think Tommie found the whole situation amusing. Okay, so she didn't come off negative towards the lady at all at first. Okay, I think what did it for Tommie is when she went into her bag because she said she had gifts for Tommie. So she went in her bag and she pulled out a pack of Depends for older women. It's like these panty pads that they put on when they have when they can't like keep their stuff from going to the bathroom, like peeing and all that stuff. And then she pulled out a pair of granny panties, and Tommie was just irate and irritated from that point. Okay, so it got to a point where Tommie kind of walked up on the lady and like grabbed the lady by the neck with her arm, okay, and tried to rip her wig off to see her face, okay, and that then what would you call it? That then turned into a fight.
You want to fucking fight with?
Wow, I really wish that I could have seen the whole fight. Now you would have to go to Patreon, to this guy's Patreon. I'm not gonna keep doing the full promo or whatever with the woo, but you guys can go to his Patreon to see the full fight. But yeah, it was definitely something. Tommie ended up storming off with her wig off, and it was just a whole mess. They couldn't even finish the show, okay? And so after this whole incident, Grandma had something to say regarding Tommie, okay? Now I'm only gonna play her final message for Tommie, but let me tell you the gist of what the conversation was, okay? So basically, she sat down with the guy who hosted the show, and she gave her perspective on what happened, okay? And both of them simultaneously agreed, even according to the host of the show, Tommie's manager also said that her actions was wild and unnecessary, and another word they used, okay? So basically, when Granny sat down with the host of the show, he gave her opportunity to kind of clear the air or whatever, tell her side of her version of events. Now, Granny said that she wasn't going to press charges on Tommie, even though she had rights to, because she was caught on camera attacking this lady. Okay, but she said she did want to challenge Tommie to a boxing ring. Okay, a match, like a celebrity boxing match type of thing.
Tommie, you thought it was over, baby. I told you I'm dressed for your goddamn funeral. Old bitch to old bitch. Run me that.
Okay. She said that she put them paws on Tommie and Tommie wasn't expecting it. Okay. She said that, she didn't mean any harm, and her pulling out the depends and things like that. She was just trying to bring comedy to the situation. She didn't mean any harm and everything like that, but she felt really disrespected by Tommie. Okay. LOL. Listen. Listen, that lady is serious. She about her business. She want to fade, okay? She want to fade Tommie, and I don't think Tommie gives a fuck, okay? so, so that's that, y'all. But that was it. Like I said, this was a really quick, short little video because I had to clean out my phone and I didn't want to pass up on this tea. So with that being said, folks, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe button. Also hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the notification bell so you guys know when I drop something new. And with that being said, I love you guys. Deuces.
You ain't my friend. You is my enemy. I see my enemy when they cross me. I see my enemy when they hurt me. You ain't my friend. You is my enemy.